How's it going, Gucci Membrane Nation? Today we're going to be doing an awesome Bible reading video. This is part one of my Bible reading series, and naturally, since it's part one, that's why we're doing chapter 22 of the book of Numbers, which is actually the fourth book about Moses in the Old Testament. So, really just a very good starting point for our Bible study lessons. You'll notice a few things are different about today's video layout. You'll notice I have installed a new shelving unit. It's pretty nice. I think the color is very good, and it helps. You'll notice that a few you complained last time that the United States gross domestic product wasn't big enough for them to see properly, and and also that the debt wasn't big enough. And of course, those are two very important numbers. So I just want my audience to be financially literate in the macroeconomics of world superpowers, on Earth. So I'd say that I want the numbers to be as clear as possible. You can see the debt going up live. As of this video is recorded, you can see the U.S. GDP going up live. The GDP is there, for you to get a little. I don't know. It's supposed to be positive. It's supposed to be painted in a positive light, because we don't like to see that national debt hitting 30,320,737,123,762 $. But that's just kind of how it is. You got to know that. But the U.S. GDP being almost there in terms of amount, it might bring up your spirits a little bit, especially considering that a lot of the national debt is owed to itself. We probably actually have more GDP total than actual debt to other nations in the world, which I'd say is actually pretty nice. And also, debt to taxpayers and such. And you also have the U.S. Federal Tax Reserve in the upper right. Generally, there are just some nice metrics there. And then here, this is our Bible study zone. Down here in the bottom right. This shelf here. These two buddies down here. You'll see them. That's Ura and Ura Jr. They're joining us today for like a little bit of a collab. Hey, Ura, do you mind getting up on the shelf? You're kind of blocking my microphone. I don't know if the audio quality is going to be too good. All right, he's gonna chill up here. You know how Ura gets. He really wants to. Here, settle down a little bit, baby. All right. And Ura Jr., we want him to be next to his pa, so he's gonna be up here, dancing next to his pop. You know how it is. So the alignment's getting a little screwy, but he can chill right there, and we'll just squash him down a little bit too. Yeah. So I think this is a pretty good setup. We've got the shelving unit for our little pets over here. We got the microphone down here. I'm wearing an actually clean shirt today. I did not shave, and I never will. I will never cut my hair. I will never clean up my disgusting greasy face, because that's the Gucci Membrane way, folks. And and I'm just delaying a little bit because I know this Bible reading will only be very long today. So yeah, that's kind of how it's gonna be. All right, folks. So let's read chapter 22 of Numbers. Then the Israelites traveled to the plains of Moab and camped along the Jordan across from Jericho. 2. Now Balak, son of Zippor, saw all that Israel had done to the Amorites. There's a lot of proper nouns here. If you've caught my in-person Bible studies lately, you would totally know that who all these people are, but you'll figure it out throughout the passage. Anyway, and Moab was terrified because there were so many people. Indeed, Moab was filled with dread because the Israelites. Filled with dread reminds me of my ex-wife. Anyways, the Moabites said to the elders of Midian, and I quote, This horde is going to lick up everything around us, as an ox licks up the grass of the field. Uh, wow, licking up everything that matters? Sounds like my ex-wife. Anyways, so Balak, son of Zippor, they forgot a comma there, fail, who was king of Moab at the time, sent messengers to summon Balaam, son of Beor, who was at Pethor near the Euphrates River. Now I know what that one is. That's the brother of the Tigris. In his native land, Balak said, and I quote, "A people has come out of Egypt." Buddy, this is the problem with the Hebrew people that wrote this stupid book. It's not a people. People's a plural noun. Anyways, they cover the face of the land, and they have settled next to me. Covering my face with something sounds like my ex-wife. Now, come and put a curse on these people. Hey, buddy. Oorah. Alright. He's gonna have to move over here. Well, okay, I'm gonna rearrange these guys a little bit because I can't really see around them. They're dancing a little bit, with too much gusto. Sorry guys, but I hope you guys are still alright. Let's actually bring the sun closer to Pa. Just for some father-son bonding time. Now come and put a curse on these people because they are too powerful for me. Too powerful for me. Sounds like my ex-wife. Perhaps then I will be able to defeat them and drive them out of the land. For I know that whoever you bless is blessed, and whoever you curse is cursed. The elders of Moab and Midian left, taking with them the fee for divination. When they came to Balaam, they told him what Balak had said. 8. Spend the night here, and I quote, Balaam said to them, and I will report back to you with the answer that Lord gives me. Spend the night at my place. Sounds like my ex-wife before 16 years of painful marriage. So the Moabite officials stayed with him. God came to Balaam and said, and I quote, "Who are these men with you?" That's what I said to my ex-wife. Zinger. Balaam said to God, and I quote, "Balak, son of Zippor, king of Moab, sent me this message." And I quote, "A people that has come out of Egypt covers the face of the land. Now come and put a curse on them for me. Perhaps then I will be able to fight them and drive them away." Okay, guys. So for the number 12, after this, I think 12's kind of I think that's kind of an Obama type number. So I think we're gonna do a slight Obama impression. It's just kind of what I'm feeling today. You know what I'm saying? Just to spice up the reading a little bit. Well, God said to Balaam, and I quote, "Do not go within. You must not put a curse on those people, because they are blessed." End quote. The next morning, Balaam got up and said to Balak's officials, and I quote, "Go back to your own country, for the Lord has refused to let me go with you." So the Moabite officials returned to Balak and said, "Balaam refused to come with us." That was a quote, and I quote. Okay, I just received notice from Obama over my earpiece over here that he doesn't appreciate the impression, so we're gonna go back to it. Sorry, Obama. It's apologies. Hopefully this cool video will cheer you up. I lost where I was. Go back to your own country. Racist. Sounds like my ex-wife. For the Lord has refused to let me go with you. So the Moabite officials returned to Balak and said, "Balaam refused to come with us." Then Balak sent other officials, more numerous and more distinguished, Then the first, they came to Balaam and said, "This is what Balak, son of Zippor, says. Do not let anything keep you from coming to me, because I will reward you handsomely, and do whatever you say. Come and curse on these people for me." But Balaam, that was actually all a quote, my bad. I missed the quotation mark. Excuse me, guys. Too many tacos. Okay. Anyway, but Balaam answered them, and I quote, "Even if Balak gave me all the silver and gold in his palace, I could not do anything, great or small, to go beyond the command of Lord my God. Now, spend the night here so that I can find out what else the Lord will tell me," end quote. I turned away from the mic to breathe. That night, God came to Balaam and said, and I quote, "Since these men have come to summon you, go with them, but only do what I tell you." Alright, guys, but it doesn't get much better than this, because now we're going to read the passage, Balaam's donkey. Balaam got up in the morning, saddled his donkey, and went with the Moabite officials. But God was very angry when he went, and the angel of the Lord stood in the road to oppose him. Balaam was riding his donkey, and his two servants were with him. When the donkey saw the angel of the Lord standing in the road with drawn sword in his hand, it turned off the road into a field. Balaam beat it to get back on the road. Then the angel of the Lord stood in a narrow path through the vineyards with walls on both sides. When the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, it was close to the wall, crushing Balaam's foot against it. Grievous bodily harm. Sounds like my ex-wife. So true. So he beat the donkey again. Damn. Beating ass. Sounds like my ex-wife. Then the angel of the Lord moved on ahead and stood in a narrow place where there was no room to turn, either to the right or to the left. When the donkey saw the angel of the Lord, it lay down under Balaam, and he was angry and beat it with his staff. Then the Lord opened the donkey's mouth, and it said to Balaam, "What have I done to you to make you beat me these 3 times?" And an ass talking out of its ass sounds like my ex-wife. Balaam answered the donkey, "You have made a fool of me," and I quote, is what I mean. And also the last one was also and I quote, "If only I had a sword in my hand, I would kill you right now." Animal abuse? Sounds like Obama. The donkey said to Balaam, "Am I not your own donkey," and I quote, "which you have always ridden to this day? Have I been in the habit of doing this to you?" End quote. And I quote, "No," he said, end quote. Then the Lord opened Balaam's eyes, and he saw the angel of the Lord standing in the road with his sword drawn. So he bowed low and faux stone. The angel of the Lord asked him, and I quote, "Why have you beaten your donkey these 3?" Alright, I can't read like this, guys. This man. That's it, buddy. That's it, bud. You're going into freaking timeout. He's just been whispering stuff. He's been pissing in my eye this entire time. I don't like it. You, sir, are getting a promotion. Here, we'll make you a little bit bigger. There you go. Good guy. Here, we need to put you on the path a little bit. There you go, pal. Sorry about your son. That's a total dipshit that I don't like. Anyways, your path is a reckless one before me. The donkey saw me and turned away from me these 3 times. If it had not turned away, I would certainly have killed you by now, but I would have spared it. Balaam said to the angel of the world, and I quote, "I have sinned. I did not realize you were standing on the road to oppose me. Now, if you are displeased, I will go back," and I end quote. The angel of the Lord said to Balaam, "Go with the men," and I quote, "but speak only what I tell you." So Balaam went with Balak's officials. And when Balak heard that Balaam was coming, he went out to meet him at the Moabite town on the anonymous border at the edge of his territory. 37. Balak said to Balaam, and I quote, "Did I not send you an urgent summons? Why didn't you come to me? Am I really not able to reward you?" And end quote. And I quote, "Well, I have come to you now," Balaam replied, "but I can't say whatever I please." And I quote, "I must only speak what God puts in my mouth." End quote. Then Balaam went with Balak to Kiriath-Huzoth. Balak sacrificed cattle and sheep and gave some to Balaam and the officials who were with him. The next morning, Balak took Balaam up to Bemoth Baal, and where from there he could see the outskirts of the Israelite camp. Alright, guys. Big thanks to BibleStudyTools.com for this cool passage. For this cool passage, you can come out of timeout, pal. Here you go. You can get your own little section. Well, he's in timeout. He grew up. Holy crap! He grew a little taller. Anyways, that's it. That's it for today, guys. Subscribe for more cool Bible verses and blasphemous Satan gameplay.